Dear students of Honors Third Year, hope you all are well and continuing your studies despite the difficulties created by the global pandemic. In this critical situation, it is not possible for any teacher or student to conduct or to attend face-to-face classes. However, we are trying to assist in your studies through virtual platforms. Today, I shall discuss a very important topic from your Introduction to Linguistics course. Today you will learn English word formation rules. It is a topic related to morphology. You know, morphology is the study of word formation or how words are built up from smaller pieces. Before entering into the details of English word formation rules, let's have a glance at the items that I shall discuss today. Today I shall discuss the types of words. Words are basically of four types: primary words, compound words, primary derivatives, and secondary derivatives. In the compound words section, I shall discuss how compound nouns, adjectives, and adverbs are formed. In the secondary derivatives section, you will learn some suffixes and prefixes. I shall discuss the prefixes that have originated from English, Greek, and Latin language, and the suffixes that have originated from English, Greek, Latin, and French language. Okay, let's start our discussion. You can notice in the slide the four types of words: primary words, compound words, primary derivatives, and secondary derivatives. Basically, English words are formed or developed in these four ways. In the first category, you can see primary words. Words which are not derived, compounded, or developed from other words are called primary words. Here, not derived means not originated from other words. Not compounded means not joining by two or more words, and not developed means not formed by adding suffixes or prefixes. Primary words belong to the original stock of words. In fact, most of the words in English language are primary words. You can notice some example of primary words here, such as sun, moon, day, night, walk, write, etc. The primary words may be of the type of noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, etc. The second category is compound words. The compound words are formed by joining two or more primary words. As you can see here, two primary words, moon and light, form a compound word, moonlight. Similarly, undertake, breakfast, afternoon, outcome, etc. are formed by joining two primary words. Next, derivatives. Derivatives are words formed from other root words. They used to transform their root word into a different grammatical category. For example, making a verb into a noun. Derivatives are of two types: primary derivatives and secondary derivatives. Primary derivatives are formed by making some changes in the body of the primary words. Look at the example words. Here the words bliss has come from bless. Similarly, choice from choose, flit from float, sit from sit, pride from proud. Remember, the most important class of words formed by internal changes are past form of verbs. However, these past form of verbs are not treated as derivatives. Finally, secondary derivatives. Secondary derivatives are words formed by adding a prefix or a suffix to the word. I'm sure you all are familiar with the concept of suffix and prefix. Look at the example. In the words untrue, extraordinary, and autograph, un, extra, and auto are prefixes. And in the words childhood, hopeful, wisely, Hood, full, and ly are suffixes. Hope you understand the basics of types of words. Let's discuss compound words. Compound words can be classified into three categories: compound nouns, compound adjectives, and compound adverbs. First, compound nouns. Compound nouns can be formed by adding a noun with another noun, such as moonlight. Here, moon and light both are nouns. Similarly, armchair, postman, motorcycle, teaspoon are compound nouns. Compound nouns can also be formed by adding an adjective with a noun with a verb, a noun with an adverb, a verb with a noun, a gerund with a noun, an adverb or preposition with a noun, an adjective with a verb with an adverb, and an adverb with a verb. The examples are given here. You are advised to pause the lecture and look at the examples of each category of words. Next, compound adjectives. Compound adjectives is formed by adding a noun with an adjective. For example, the word lifelong has been formed by adding the word life, which is a noun, with the word long, which is an adjective. Similarly, the words homesick, Snow White, etc. adjectives are formed by adding nouns with an adjective. Compound adjectives are also formed by adding a noun with a participle, an adjective with a participle, an adjective with a noun, an adverb with a participle, and any number with a noun. Some examples of each category of words are given here also. You are again advised to pause the lecture and look at the examples of each category of words. Finally, compound words. Compound adverbs. Compound adverbs can be formed by adding a noun with a verb, an adjective with a verb, an adverb with a verb, and an adverb with a participle. Look at the examples. You will be able to understand them easily. Let's go to the next slide. Here you can see primary derivatives. You have already learned that derivatives are words formed from other root words. The primary derivatives can be of three types: nouns, adjectives, and verbs. The nouns can be formed from verbs. For example, the noun choice has originated from the verb choose. Similarly, fleet from float, grass from graze, sail from sell, tale from tell, knot from knit. The nouns can also be formed from adjectives. For example, heat from hot, pride from proud, etc. Then adjectives. The adjectives can be formed from verbs. For example, the adjective cool has come from the verb chill. Similarly, hell has come from heal. Adjectives can also be formed from nouns. For example, mills from milk, wise from wheat. Now, verbs. Verbs can be formed from nouns. For example, the verb bleed has come from the noun blood. Similarly, bathe from bath, breathe from breath, breed from brood, cloth from cloth, drip from drop, and feed from food. Now, let's discuss secondary derivatives. You already know that secondary derivatives are words formed by adding either a prefix or a suffix to a word. So, we will learn some prefixes here. We will look at some prefixes originated from English, Latin, and Greek language. Then we will discuss some suffixes. Suffixes originated from English, Latin, Greek, and French language will be discussed. Okay, let's begin the next section. Here is a list of most frequently used 12 prefixes of English origin. The first one is a. As a prefix, a means on or in. For example, abroad means on a foreign country. Ashore means on the land along the river. Asleep means somebody in the state of sleeping. As a prefix, a also means out or from. For example, arise means to get up from sleeping. Awake means to come out of sleep. Alight means to get out of a vehicle. Next, the prefix be means by. For example, beside means by the side. Betimes means before the expected time. The prefix for means thoroughly or completely. For example, forgive means to stop blaming completely. Forbear means to completely abstain from something. Forbid means not allowing to do something completely. The prefix in is used to indicate in or inside. For example, income means entrance. Inland means in the middle of a country. Inlay means insert in or into. The prefix mis is used to indicate wrong or wrongly. For example, misunderstanding means wrong or incorrect understanding. Misjudge means improperly or wrongly judge. Misdeed means improper or wrong act. Over means above or beyond, such as overflow means flowing over the edge of a container. Overcharge means to charge someone more than or above the real price. Overpaid means paid more than or above usual. The prefix to means these. For example, today means these or present day. Tonight means this night or present night. Tomorrow means the day after today or after this day. The prefix "an" is used to indicate not, such as untrue means not true, unkind means not kind, unholy means not holy. "An" also means the reverse or opposite of an action, such as undo means to cancel or reverse something. Unfold means to open, which is opposite to fold. Unclear means the opposite of clear or obvious. The prefix under means beneath or below. For example, undergo means to experience something that is below or not present. Underground means below the surface of earth. Undercharge, to charge someone below the actual price. Finally, the prefix with is used to indicate back or against. For example, withdraw means to take back. Withhold means to refuse or to keep back. Withstand means undamaged or unaffected, or as it was earlier. Now, let's look at some important prefixes originated from Latin language. The prefix "ambi" means on both sides. For example, ambiguous means having more than possible meaning, more than one possible meaning. Ambivalent means having two opposing feelings at the same time. Ambidextrous means able to use both hands equally. Ante or ante means before. For example, antemeridian or AM means the time before the noon or 12 o'clock in a day. Antiseptic means a chemical used to prevent infection, or it is used before the infection happens. Antedate means to put a date on a document that is earlier than the date it is signed. Bene means well. For example, beneficial means helpful, useful or good. Benevolent means kind or helpful. Benediction means a prayer asking God for help. Contra means against. For example, contradict means to say opposite or against of what someone else has said. Contrary means the opposite. Contrast means the difference between two or more things. The prefix "d" means down. For example, descend means to go or come down. Dethrone means to remove a king or queen from their position of power. Depose means to remove someone from an important position. Next, in, il, im or ir means not. For example, insecure, not secure. Illegal, not legal. Impossible means not possible, and irregular is not regular. The prefix Post means after. For example, post meridian or PM means the time afternoon or 12 o'clock in a day. Post mortem is a medical examination in a dead body after being alive. Postpone means to delay an event or to decide that something will happen at a later date or time. The prefix pre means before. For example, preview means an opportunity to see something such as a film or collection of works of art before it is shown to the public. Prefix means a letter or group of letters added to the beginning of a word to make a new word. Precaution means an action that is done to prevent something unpleasant or dangerous happening. Next, the prefix re means back or again. For example, refund means the amount of money that is given back. Renew means to begin something again. Rewrite means to write again. Semi means half. For example, semicircle means half a circle. Semiconductor means a material having half conductivity of a metal. Semi-official means having some but not full official authority or recognition. Next, super means above. For example, Superman indicates a man who has greater strength, ability or intelligence, etc. Superstar means the extremely famous person. Superfine means having high quality. Finally, vice means in the place of. For example, vice president, the person who has the position immediately below the president. Vice principal, the person who has the position below the president. Vice chairman means the person who has the position below the chairman. Let's learn some important prefixes originated from Greek language. Amphi means around or on both sides. For example, amphibian means an animal that can live both in land and water. Amphitheater, a large hall for lecture in which the rows of seats are arranged on a slope. Anti means against. For example, antidote means a chemical acting against something bad. Antibody means a protein produced in the blood that fights against a disease. Auto means self. For example, autograph means somebody's signature written by himself or herself. Autobiography means a document of a person's life written by himself or herself. Kata means down, against or back. For example, catalog means a list of books. Cataclysm means an event that causes a lot of destruction. D means two, twice, or double. For example, dilemma or dilemma means a situation in which a difficult choice has to be made between two or more alternatives. Division means an action of separating something into parts. Homo means same. For example, homogeneous means having similar qualities. Homonym means two or more words having the same spelling or pronunciation but different meaning. Hyper means over or beyond. For example, hyperactive means overactive. Hyperbole means exaggeration or overstatement. Next, mono, which means on or single. For example, monopoly means complete control of the supply of a particular goods or service, or a company or group that has such control. Monologue means a long speech by one person. Next, pan. Pan means all or of everything. For example, panacea means something that cures all illness or solves all problems. Pantheism means a belief of the existence of God in everywhere in nature. Peri means round. For example, perimeter means the length of the outer edge of a shape. Periphery means outer edge of an area. Then philo or phil means love or wisdom. For example, philanthropy means love for all human beings. Philosophy means the study of the nature of reality and existence. Next, sin or sim or sil means with or together. For example, synonym means a word or phrase that has the same or nearly same meaning with another word. Sympathy means having the same feeling. Now, let's discuss suffixes. Let's start with suffixes of English origin. There are certain suffixes that can be added with nouns, some can be added with adjectives, some with verbs, and few more with adverbs. Among the suffixes of nouns, some denotes the doer of an action. For example, painter means a person who paints. Similarly, beggar, sailor, etc. Some suffixes like dom, hood, ness describes the action, state or condition of something. For example, freedom, manhood, boldness, etc. Some other suffixes such as skin, ling, etc. are used to indicate that something is very small or diminutives. For example, kitten, duckling indicate that they are of small size. Now the suffixes of adjectives. Ed means having, like gifted, talented, learned, etc. En means made of, wooden, made of wood, golden, made of gold, woolen, made of wool, etc. Full means full of, for example, hopeful means full of hope, joyful means full of joy. Ish means something like reddish means somewhat like red color. Less means free from, such as fearless means free from fear. Li means like, for example, manly means having the qualities like a man. Some means with the quality of, such as quarrelsome means a person who often quarrels. Then Y means having the quality of, such as wealthy means a person having a lot of wealth. Now some suffixes of verbs and adverbs are given here. I think you do not need any more explanation. Rather, I suggest you to pause the lecture and go through the examples. In this slide, I have presented some suffixes of Latin origin. I am not explaining them, and I expect you to pause the lecture and try to go through the examples. I hope you will be able to understand. Finally, here are some suffixes of Greek and French origin. Like the previous slides, you are suggested to pause the lecture and go through the examples. Many of the examples are very familiar to you and you often use them regularly. Dear students, I would like to end my today's lecture here. Thank you very much for your patience. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask for explanation. You can also write in the comment section in this lecture. Stay well, stay safe. Thank you.